Daily update, July 26th. Let's start off with business. Haven't heard anything new from Haskins. They have not done anything new with the trailers. Richard Welch, I have a meeting with him on Friday, sometime between noon and 5, that he set up with me to go over the contract. So we should get signatures. That'll be good to go. I got some wood samples from Phil's Mill for siding. We have pine and spruce. What I'm going to do is rip these so that they are the appropriate width. This is probably 10 to 12 inches right now. And this one, this one's pine. This one's spruce. Spruce is furrier. Let's see if I can, you can see all the little furry nasties on there. And pine is not. These are rough sawn or rough cut, right? They'd cost us a little bit more. I don't know how much. I think I said to George probably 30 cents a board foot more, but I need to confirm that. Or we could get a planer ourselves and plane it. This one is also furry, but less furry, and this is pine. This is 1/2 inch. George is working on some stain samples, and once we get those stain samples, we'll get them sent out here, and I'll tack up. I'll probably use this section of the house right here, and I'll tack up the samples, and then I'll make a grid work and say, okay, this is stain number 1, this is stain number 2, stain number 3, okay, whatever. And so you can see what it looks like on pine and what it looks like on spruce. Okay, we got some Simpson things today. We got, my magnet's up there. We got the post cap for B10. We got that in there. We got this one in there. We got that one in there. Okay, that's the whole west end of the woodshed, which is literally a woodshed right now. We have this post cap on. Here's a whole bunch of lumber that we ordered. It's all been brought inside. Okay, now we've left this one temporary because it has to connect to that, and we have this one that goes and supports them both. Moving on into the kitchen, we're going to use that as our next push-up beam over there, but we've taken this that goes across, that's sturdy. We used a railroad turn jack, a 20-ton hydraulic jack, and what's this one, 3 or 6 ton? I don't know, it's enough. It put a big hurt, a 6-ton jack, and we pushed up this whole floor 3.5 inches, give or take. I'll show you upstairs in a minute. This is the bathroom down by Christine's old room. Alright, so this is from bedroom 1, or living room. You have your door that goes right through. Here's your handicap accessible doorway. I'm gonna make sure that those are even with Brian. They look straight enough. Okay, so you walk in, here's sink, you walk in further, here's a 5-foot bathtub, here's, I don't know, something else, other stuff. This is put in. Oh, I got something in my eye. This doorway will disappear. Hasn't disappeared yet, but it will. Okay, so that's wall number 1. That's all made out of 2x6 so that it accommodates piping. Christine's bedroom has grown. The old wall used to connect there. Now the bedroom comes to this corner, goes out, and we have a doorway there. And that doorway sits right up flush to the chimney. So this room gained 4 square feet, no more than that, maybe 10 square feet, but it gained, and it's, you know, it adds a little bit because that room is pretty small anyway. Let's go upstairs. In case you wanted to see how big these things are, alright, it runs all the way the whole length, and they're seriously heavy, but I've got them doing them. This door frame will come out, and this will be a hole. It'll go right up to the ceiling there. That'll be nice. Brian wants to come here. He left the tools on the stairs. Okay. Nothing new really has been framed up here, but here's what we're going to look at. There's string that goes across. That string is tied level. Oh, excuse me. Well, I gotta come down a little bit. Now, can we see the string? Oh, it's only focusing on everything close. That's unfortunate. Well, let me move over there. Sorry, I'm sure that looks miserable. Okay. Come on, get out. There's the string. And if we follow that string line, the floor has gotten considerably straighter. Not only that, when I walk on it, you can see there's no bounce. No more bounce! No more dipping! No more bouncing! It's a lot better. This all came up in here, you know, for reference. It probably came up this far from, you know, 3 inches. That's how far it had sagged down, and it's been brought up. Okay, in preparation for the beam that goes under Emily's room, the bathroom, we pulled up the hardwood flooring. All the flooring existing in the house is plank flooring. It's not tongue and groove, so it comes up nicely. There it is, ready to be put back in. Then what we will do is we'll pull up all of this flooring as well. Then we'll cut all of the rafters underneath. That allows us to put the huge beam up into it, use hangers to connect all of the joists into that, then put this floor back down, okay, as it was. We did it in here. I don't know if you remember, at the ends where we're not lifting, we cover this with plywood so it helps retain it together, and then we put all of this subfloor back in. And I broke a couple of pieces here and there, but you know, we put it back in. So this one, this old, you know, 100-year-old wood got a little splintery, but it's just a subfloor, right? And now it's, wow, it's really, I haven't walked in here. There's no trampolining at all. It is firm. It's actually crowned a little bit right there. Well, that makes sense. I'm right on the beam, but that'll come out in the, you know, once there's floor and, you know, it all floats or whatnot. So here's where another beam was over here, and now the floor has all been put back on top of it, which also feels a little proud in the corner. But the woodshed, or the loft, you know, this is still just the subfloor, but it'll come up. And then these beams, because we have 2 more up here, go all the way up into the attic, and who knows how those are going up. But we will figure something out. I think I've showed you everything for the day. I think. There's a lot of dirt, a lot of grime, a lot. You know, we cleaned this all out, but there was a lot of disgust underneath that old flooring to get to the subfloor. But there's no more big crown here. Oh, and this. I don't even remember this doorway. Well, let me clean this doorway going into the boys' room used to be pretty rough. Let me put my hand there. It used to be pretty rough, and now it's almost level. And you know, we got the floor level. The floor feels good, and we'll have to reframe up that. We'll have to address some issues in that wall, but it doesn't really bounce anymore. It doesn't do much. So things adjusted. That looks better. That looks much better. Brian says he's starting the second shift. So anyway, that's all for today.